Okay, so this will be pathway 2, and pathway 1 would be the inside of the cell. So here's a summary. Macrophage stimulate T cells to synthesize and secrete cytokine that enhance phagocytosis. So macrophage would eat the the foreign antigen, and then it will release cytokine to tell other people to come. I mean, other macrophages and whatever. The dendritic cell is the one we just saw. Bring the antigen and regional lymph nodes so that the T cell can recognize them and direct immune response. Okay, this is called the antigen presenting pathway. Mechanism of a T cell immediate response. Recognize of a specific antigen. It will activate, proliferate, and then differentiate, and then eliminate. So this is how it works. Okay. So again, major histocompatibility 1, present it to the T cells, and it will multiply, and they will go on and go forth. This is MHC2. Okay, MHC2 will present CD4. MHC1 will be CD8. Now to remember this, okay, 4 times 2, okay, just remember the number 8. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 1 is 8. So 8 is always associated with MHC1. Okay, CD4 is associated with MHC2. Types of T cells. CD are a cell adhesion molecule that to attach to MHC on the antigen presenter. The helper T cells have CD4. Again, what is CD4? It uses MHC2. Have CD4 marker and antigen receptor, recognize extracellular antigen with MHC2. Okay. And here's MHC1. Activate the natural killer cells. Cytotoxic T cells. CD8, which is MHC1. Okay. Recognition. Antigen enters the body. T cells with the receptor. It knows something is foreign. Okay, requires CD4 or CD8, depending on what it is. It forms something called an interleukin. Prevent immune response from occurring accidentally. Okay, it's like starting a car and or starting a car and going nowhere. Here it is again. Once both signals occur, it activates, proliferate makes it a whole lot, makes a lot. Okay. Differentiate. Memory T cells are already long-lived and primed, ready to go when it is exposed again. Here are some of the things we saw already. T cells do the battling. They leave the secondary organ and seek out the infected cells and destroy them. Once they recognize them, they release granzyme. Okay, it's a protein digesting enzyme that trigger apoptosis, which is cell death. Release perforin. Remember, it makes holes. Okay, lymphotoxins. Or even lymphotoxin that fragments the DNA. Also interferon, which attracts and activates phagocytes. Here's the adaptive one. Once you are being infected, the B cells will become plasma cells it makes antibody. Antigen recognition indifferent in B cells. B cells do not require antigen presenting cells or MHC molecule. They can recognize unprocessed antigens. Okay, so again, the T cells, they have to process it, make sure it is that, but the B cells can already recognize it. B cells, okay, they only carry antibodies. Okay, they do not kill the cell directly. Okay, remember that, please. Okay, memory B cells are produced as well and lead to stronger and faster secondary response. So these shoots out to the these antibody will shoot to the bacteria or virus. Okay, triggering others to kill it. Here's what one of the antibody looks like. Okay, here is the constant region and the variable region. There are different types of antibody. We call it Ig, immunoglobulin. Okay, immunoglobulin M, IgG, IgA, IgE, and IgO. Okay, they have different function. Okay, and we will learn some of these, what they do. Okay, just remember this Y shape is the antibody. It's got a heavy chain and a light chain. This is where the antigen binding site is, okay, on the light chain. So here's just a graph of the primary and the secondary response. Okay, primary response, it's, initial exposure, takes a while. Second exposure, everything quickly responds, and you'll be healed much faster. Active versus passive immunity are very existent depending on knowing the self and the non-self. Do we respond and make our own antibody? Does another organism transfer antibody to us? Okay. So of course we get some of them from our mother. Active, whether natural or artificial induced. Okay, natural is when you get, you're exposed to something. Artificially is like a vaccine. Okay, you do the response. If it is natural route, you probably get sick, and it's artificial, you may or may not get sick. Okay, passive response, whether natural or artificial, you do not respond. Natural is mother. Okay, it passes on when they have even with breastfeeding, you pass some of the natural immunity to them. Okay, artificial is used when you do not have time to react. It's not perfect. Again, it's because the pathogen will adapt. Okay, the adaptive will develop and strengthen enough to clear the invader. So that's one of the ways that the pathogens can pass our body's immune system. Some of the ways that they will invade our immune system is through mutation or produce immunosuppressive molecules. Excuse me. And that's one of the ways to evade, or genetic recombination. So here are some of the immunoglobulin that we saw. Okay, just have to memorize some of these. Okay, type 1 due to IgE. Okay, IgE is a let me see if I find it here. Is an allergy, like right there. Okay, seasonal allergy. Okay, hay fever and all that stuff. Okay, IgG during transmission of the mismatched blood. Okay, IgG. Where is the other one? Okay, type 1 due to IgE. attacking of the basophil and mast cells after sensitized. Okay. Type 2 and 3 involve IgG. Okay, sometimes IgM. Type 4, last one here, involve the T cells, and dermal exposure generally takes up to 48 hours to develop. Now, what happened when your immune system failed to distinguish self from non-self? Then you have an autoimmune response. Okay, autoimmune disease. Okay, transplant also, it's, you have to take immune suppressant drugs because it is a foreign tissue. Okay, so one of the ways that they help reduce rejection of the tissue, they have to match several of these. Okay, so immune response against cancer, Kaposi sarcoma, liver cancer, and hepatitis B virus, and cervical cancer from human papillovirus. Okay, 3-stage. This is how they eliminate. First, eliminate. Okay, your body will kill it will kill the cancer cells. Okay, equilibrium is where there's no change in the cancer or response, and sometimes the cancer cell will escape and then it will mutate. So usually, I think we talked about this maybe in AP1, where a tumor is a, cancer cells that are, encapsulated, they're unchecked, but sometimes, it is irritated or it leaked out, or, then it will cause a response and your cancer will come back. All right, that's the end of the lymph nodes.